Alrighty guys, it's Shalom with the Paradox Gaming Network, and the time is getting close. Battle Royale mode for Ashes of Creation is getting closer and closer to being opened up to all registered users. This past weekend we saw Alpha 2 users invited into the mix, so I would imagine sometime in the next 3 weeks everybody will be in, which means I needed to get off my butt and do Ashes 101, the Battle Royale survival tips. Now before any of you give me any grief, yes, I have won a game. I've won several. I have a 6-kill win, so I am qualified. As you can see on the right, I got a little bit of footage. It's just going to be random footage playing. Big thing I wanted to do before we start is give credit to one of my sources, but give a huge shout out to the Ashes post. I was going to do like this really in-depth guide, and then like magic, they have one. So this is linked in the description. Make sure to check it out. So I'm going to give you an overview, and I'm not going to steal their thunder. If you want to get into the nitty gritty, they already have it. They have spreadsheets. They have Excel charts. They're on it. So for all of my MMORPGers out there, all of my people who have never set foot into a Battle Royale, this is pretty much a traditional Battle Royale. Now, what is a Battle Royale in like 3 lines? Basically, you're going to drop in. You're going to drop in on a griffin. You're going to scavenge some weapons, and you're going to move with the circle. Don't get caught in the red. It's gonna mess your day up. This is your map. This is 2.5 by 2.5 kilometers. So the cool thing about the map is that it is very robust. There is a lot going on in the map everywhere you go. But it's also a very squished and condensed Vera, so we get to see a lot of things. I mean, just going from left to right, you see one type of forest, another type of forest, you see a castle, you see the ocean. At the bottom, you see basically a nice encampment. Then you see like some wastelands. Then you see some swamp. You see some of the mushrooms that you see. Up there in about E5, you can get into the Underrealm in right around there. It looks beautiful. It should be, you know, around the right side just about now. I am going to talk about 3 places or 3 general places on the map you want to try to avoid dropping into for your first couple of matches, kind of death traps. Number 1 is the castle right in the middle of the map. A lot of people rush in here. There are about 40 to 50 spawn points for weapons, armor, chests. This is a bloodbath. You've seen it in several of my videos. In fact, you're seeing it now. It's a bloodbath up in here because so many people go there. These 3 red circles that I've circled, these are major towns that don't look like it on this overview map. And then, of course, down there in like B8, B9, C8, C9, C10, those are towns. That's the big built-up area. But those 3 red circles, those are also kind of death traps. So if you venture in there, try to go in there like after the game has started so you get familiar. And then finally, the docks. If you get caught on the docks, it's really easy to get caught early game without a weapon if somebody drops in faster. So definitely go check them out, all these areas, for the aesthetic value. But maybe don't drop in there for the start of your first match. Talking about tiering armor and weapons, I tell you to get some stuff, you know, get some items. You're aiming for red, yellow's okay. Blue is what you take, you know, when you basically get anything first, then upgrade. Basically, you know, you need to get to something quickly. This is like the Hunger Games meets, you know, Battle Royale, the Japanese movie. There's gonna be combat almost right away. So for those of you that are new to Battle Royale games, get a weapon, get some armor first, and then try to link up with your team if you're playing in squads, or hide until you're ready to go. I'm going to talk about just the 4 names of the chest armor. I'm going to give you a real brief description. If you want the nitty gritty of what they do for what times, what the cooldowns are, again, Ash's post has all that for you. So you got Bulwark, you've got Dark Pact, you've got Invisibility, and you've got Polymorph. Bulwark is going to throw that shield up in front of you that you've seen in some videos. Dark Pact is going to stop you from getting eaten by the Corruption Storm late game. I don't know what they're tweaking the timer on that to, but Steven said that's going to get tweaked. Just one of those little things they're doing to make the BR mode enjoyable while we play it. Invisibility is your stealth. You've seen the Predator look. You're not like fully stealthed. You're the Predator sheen. You're seeing that on the screen. And then the polymorphic breastplate, that's where you turn into a bush or a crate or that weapons cart. Now, one thing I see a lot of new players do, that top bar, that brownish bar, that is your armor bar. Your chest piece is worth 50 points of armor. Your leg piece is worth 50 points of armor. When you pick it up, it might not have 50 on it. For your chest piece, hitting 1 will repair your chest armor. You have to hit 1 and hold it. You're going to see a timer bar fill up, and then you're gradually going to see the armor go up in clicks of 5. It is going to eat your mana while you're doing that, so keep that in mind. Leg armor, you got the Catfall boots, and these are the Super Mario Brothers jump. You've got the Blink boots with your teleport. The boots of Icy Steps is going to freeze and slow down enemies that are behind you. I highly recommend against this for new players. It does leave a big white line behind you. That's pretty much a kick me sign for the people that are good and tactical with the ranged weapons. You literally can see this on the screen from hundreds of yards away. The Boots of Arcane Power, as you see on the screen right here for this clip, I love the Boots of Arcane Power. When somebody gets in close to you, it's almost like free AoE damage. And again, same thing. Hit and hold F2. It'll bounce your armor up to full. Now, equipping armor, I got asked this question a lot. A lot of people this weekend didn't quite get the concept. It is a little weird. So what you see is I have armor and in slots 2 and 3. When I picked it up, it went onto my action bar. It didn't go on to me. You have to select the item and then hold your left mouse button until the bar fills. You see that going on right now. Another Jalon tip, carry extra armor and hot swap if your armor is low. Like I said, you can repair your armor, but you don't necessarily always want to have to stop and be stationary for 30-40 seconds while you fill it up. You should always be running around with 100 armor unless you're running for your life. Also, as you can see on my bar, health potions. Get those health potions. Armor abilities, really simple. They are C and V. One thing that's not going to be on the slide is dodge is X. If they don't get the screenshot updated that Intrepid sends out, dodge is X. So for me, it's really kind of awkward, but for the rest of you, you should be fine. Your chest piece is C, your legs is V. You can swap armor while it's on cooldown. Don't overlap the same ability. So if you swap your Dark Pact, don't try to activate Dark Pact again until the original timer wears out. Otherwise, it's going to just eat your second application. Not sure if that's the intended mechanic. I didn't really follow this. There was a lot of drama around this particular incident, so I stayed out of it. Ranged weapons. God, do I love some of these ranged weapons. The Wand of Light, I positively love the Wand of Light. The Crossbow of Revealing, I am not very good with. My guy Fushi, you can check out his video. This dude is insane. He's tactical with it. The Grimoire, you're seeing my favorite highlight shot from the Grimoire right now. Literally, poor dude, I missed him with the initial blast, and I one-shot him with the Chaos Meteor drop. Fire Frost, the Potion Launcher, just a little clip of that available too. I'm totally tactical with that one. I absolutely love it. The short bow and the long bow, I am horrible with. Again, I'm still not lining up my shots very well. The Rifter, the Scepter, I will say I love the Scepter. It does very little damage, but it's like the shotgun. It throws out a lot of damage. You see the guys taking like 99999. I really enjoy it. I think it's fun. But personally, for you, Harry Potter it up, man. If you're brand new, try to get a wand and just be a wizard. As far as the melee weapons, the full explanation of all of these is over on Ash's post. Look them all up. All of them have specific abilities that you activate on the weapon. The ranged weapons do as well, but there are better. Some of the melee weapons are better than others. I personally prefer Paladin's Might. I like the shield. I will tell you the shield does not stop magic attacks. It only stops melee attacks. So keep that in mind. One thing I forgot to mention about ranged weapons, keep this in mind, you reload using mana. So between repairing your armor and reloading your ranged weapons, you are going to burn through a lot of mana. The Grimoire, if you're downrange artillery striking somebody, you will burn through your mana very quickly. Basically, guys, that is it. I didn't want to go into too much detail. Like I said, I didn't want to steal the Ashes Post thunder. They did a brilliant job of doing it. I wanted to just familiarize you with a couple of things, a couple of those tips and tricks. So make sure to check these guys out, and they have some strategy tips as well. So happy reading there. And that's it, guys. I'm actually in Orlando right now. This is scheduled to release while I am gone. So you can try to hit me up on Discord, but I'll only answer you at night. Obviously, I didn't stream this week, so I will be back in the office next week doing my job. And special thanks to my sponsors. I have been giving out a lot of gift cards lately. These guys are great. Luna Chaos and Mori, they make it possible for me to give back to my community. So as always, much appreciation to you guys. Anyway, you guys take care, and as soon as I am back, I will catch up with you if you have any questions about Battle Royale. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? There's videos up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.